Okay, so we have here the rules on debit and credit. In accounting for transactions, we normally use the double entry accounting system. Okay, double, it means, yeah, more than one. Okay, for every transaction, there's two accounts affected. That's why it's double entry. Now, all businesses uses what is called the double entry accounting system. Now, if do you remember who is the father of the double entry system? Very good. It's Luca Pacioli. Okay, that's just a trivia. Huh? So this system, no, this is based on the accounting equation and requires that every business transaction is to be recorded in at least two accounts. So not one, but two. So two or more because it is at least, right? And the total debits recorded for each transaction should always be equal to the credits. So in this double entry accounting system, for every debits, there's a corresponding credit. Or if there's more than one for each side, one debits, two credits, or two debits, one credit, no? It's okay as long as the total of your debits should always be equal to your total credits. Now, let's just have a little review with what is debit and credit. I'm sure you already have known this in your senior high. But for those who are non-ABM, no, debit and credit, these are terms that we use in accounting. So, in the past, no, it was debitum. It's from the Latin word debitum, debit. Or what is due? It means what is due. But in some sources, it means deberi. That's why its shortcut is DR. Okay, shortcut for debit, we write DR, which means the value we receive, the value that the business receive. And to some also, debit means the left side. Credit is creditum, no, in Latin. So it means something entrusted to another or a loan. So that's crederi for some, no? Or that's the value parted with or the value given up by the business, no? So for some, it is defined as the right side. So basically, if we have two sides of the equation, we have here the two sides of the T. We have the debit side is on the left side because it literally means left. The credit is on the right side. Okay? So we have here the normal balances. Now we usually have increases on decreases in each account. So normally, the sum of the increases in the account is equal or greater than the sum of the decreases of each account. No? Thus, the normal balance of an account is either a debit or credit, depending on whether the increases of the account are recorded on the debits or credits. So basically, the increases side is also the normal side. So for balance sheet accounts like the assets, liabilities, and owner's equity, these are our rules. So for assets, its normal side is the debit side, or that is its increase side. And the opposite side, which is the credit, is its decrease side. For liabilities and owner's equity, its normal side or increased side is on the credit side. And the opposite of that is its decreased side. That is the debit side. So take note, remember the accounting equation? Assets equals liabilities plus owner's equity. So on the left side of the equal sign is your assets, right? So the assets normal is usually on the left side. The left means the debit, right? That's why C, the normal side of assets in the debit. Now, mathematically, you know that if we transpose this number from the left side to the other side of the equal sign, it becomes negative, right? For example, your asset is 10. Then we transpose or transfer 10 to the other side. It becomes negative 10, right? So it means it's decrease because the right side of the equal sign is the credit side. It is the decrease side of the asset. Now, take note at the right side of the equal sign. We have the liabilities, right? So liabilities and owner's equity both are on the right side of the equal sign. So therefore, its normal side is also on the credit. So that's their positive or increase side. Mathematically speaking, if you transfer the numbers from this side to the other side, the sign will change. So for example, liab is 5. If we transfer that positive 5 to the left side of the equal sign, it becomes negative 5, right? And the left side is the debit side. Now, yes, the debit side of liab is decrease side. Okay? So the same goes with owner's equity. So if you will forget which side is the normal or the decrease or increase side, just go back to the accounting equation and look at the equal sign. If it's the left or the right side. Okay, the left side is the debit side, the right side is the credit side. Okay, that's of the equal sign. And then for income statement accounts, we have these rules for their debit and credit. Take note, revenue and expense accounts affect owner's equity, right? Now, we know that revenue increases owner's equity. It's a plus to owner's equity. And expense decreases owner's equity. It's a minus to owner's equity. Therefore, if revenue is a plus to owner's equity, mathematically speaking, they fall on the same side, right? So if owner's equity increase on the credit side, revenue will also increase on the credit side. And if owner's equity decrease on the debit side, revenue will also decrease on the debit side. Now, we know that expense reduces the owner's equity. So it is opposite of the owner's equity, right? Therefore, it will have an opposite normal side and increased side. So if owner's equity is on or normally on the credit side, expense would normally be on the opposite side, the debit, and will increase on the debit side. And since it increased on the debit side, it will decrease on the opposite side, the credit. So they have opposite sign with the owner's equity. Now let's proceed to owner's withdrawal. Remember that the drawing account or the withdrawal or personal account is a reduction to owner's equity. So just like expense, it is an opposite of owner's equity or capital account, right? So if capital is on the credit normally, then this drawing account would normally be on the debit side. And this will also be its normal and increased side. So its opposite side will be the credit and it is its decreased side. So to summarize the rules of debit and credit, we have this exhibit, okay? So remember we have the assets, liabilities, and owner's equity, okay, as part of the equation. Then we have here the normal side of assets are on the debit because it's in the debit or the left side of the equal sign. And the normal side of the liabilities and owner's equity are in the credit because it's in the right side of the equal sign. And its opposite side is its decreases side. Okay? So for assets, it's the credit. For liab, it's the debit. Okay? Now another here, we have the income statement accounts, the revenue and expense accounts, which affects the owner's equity. So we know that again, this revenue is an increase to our owner's equity account. So they have the same side. They fall on the same side. And the expense is a decrease to our owner's equity account. So they have the opposite side. Okay. So if this is increase in the credit, then this one is increase on the opposite side, the debit. For the drawing account, we know that it is a decrease of the owner's equity. Therefore, just like expense, it falls on the opposite side. So if it's debit, the capital falls on the credit. So for this classification of accounts, all assets, drawing, and expense accounts are normally on the debit side. Debit side. Okay? And all liabilities, capital, income, or revenue account are normally on the credit side. Okay? And always debits are equal to your credits. That's the rule. So the normal side again is your increase side. And once we go to the opposite side, that's your decrease side. So this is just putting it into words, what we have discussed in the previous slides. Okay? So I hope you still remember those things. So let's check your memory. Please pause this slide and answer the decrease and the normal side or the increase side of each classification of accounts. So did you get the correct answers? I hope you got it correctly. Okay, so if you have not gotten perfect to this, just go back to the previous slides. Now let's just have some examples of assets, liabilities, owner's equity, and the revenue and expenses here. These are the usual list of account titles used. So for example, we have assets. Normally we have cash, accounts receivable, supplies, prepaid insurance, land, office equipment, and all other assets that you can think of. Assets that the business owned, like buildings, that. Liabilities, we normally have accounts payable, the unearned rent, we have the mortgage payable, note payable, and all other payables. And we have the owner's equity. The most common is the capital and the drawing accounts. And for the revenue account, we have the fees earned, the consulting revenues, service revenues, and whatever income accounts. Expenses, normally we have the wages, rent, utilities, supplies, miscellaneous, and all other possible expense that the company might incur. Okay, so generally during the year, these accounts, assets, and these liabilities have a increase or decrease during the year. So normally you will either debit or credit these accounts. But for equity, revenues, and expenses, normally during the year, these accounts will only have increases during the year. So capital will only have credits, revenue will only have credits, while drawing will only have debits, and all expenses will only have debits during the year. Okay? But at the end of the year, of course, it's another story. There is possible decrease of these accounts for adjustments and closing entries, which we'll discuss further on chapter 4. But as of this chapter, normally we record transactions during the year. So again, for all expenses and drawing, it's usually just debit entries. For capital and revenues, it's normally just have for credit entries. But for assets and liabilities, we normally have both debits and credits for these accounts. Now let's have another exercise. This time you will be given the specific account title. I hope you still remember this account title in your senior high. Then check whether these are asset, liability, owner's equity, revenue, or expense so that you'll be able to answer its normal balance side. Did you get the correct answer? Very good. I hope you got perfect from this exercise. More exercise? Pause this video and answer on your own. Then check on the next slide if you have gotten the correct answers. So, did you get perfect? I hope so. If not, go back to the previous slide. Want some more? Go pause this and answer on your own. So, did you get perfect? Very good. Congratulate yourself. We have here last exercise. Then you answer on your own. So, how was it? Perfect? I hope you got perfect. Congratulations. You may take a rest first before you proceed to the next file, part 6. Congratulations.